Hi, this is Eva from WireKnitZ, and I'm going to give you a little demo today about how to make a fascinator using WireKnitZ components. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about what we're going to use. I'm using a 4000 WireKnitZ, which is 9 inches long, and I'm using about 5 pieces of the 1000 WireKnitZ. They come in a 1 meter package, which is about 40 inches long, and I cut them in half. So we have about, we can use 5 or 6. It's sort of an organic design, so it evolves as we go. And you'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a stapler, some tools. I've got my wire cutters, my round nose pliers, and my flat nose pliers. And then I've got some wire, and it's not really critical what kind of wire you use. I'm using 26 gauge copper because that's what I have handy, but it won't really show. You'll need a hair clip, a head pin, and a couple of spacers. Okay, to get started making our fascinator, we are going to use a 9-inch piece of the course, which is the 4000 series, and as you can see, this is very wide open. I'm using a henna brown color because I'm making a fall themed fascinator. So the WireKnitZ is tubular, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to deal with the raw ends. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this end and open up the tube and fold it inside all the way around. And we're going to do this at both ends. And this works up relatively quickly. And while I'm doing this, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my camera person, Shelley Gross, for getting up early and coming in and helping me film. So we've got the two ends, and we're going to pull it back so that the ends are flat. And what we're going to do is create a little bit of a fan shape. So I'm going to start folding, and now I'm not going to fold on top of each other. I'm going to make the folds next to each other because we want to have a little bit of space up here. So I've got this fan shaped piece right here. The next item that I'm going to use is eyelet yarn, and I've decided to use this in lieu of the feathers because feathers are very messy. They just fly everywhere. So I've got about 48 inches of black eyelet yarn, and I'm going to take it and loosely wrap it around my fingers. And I've created this little ball of eyelet yarn, and what I'm going to do is take it, attach it to the front of the fascinator base, and I'm going to use a stapler and just to get this attached. We'll use wire later to attach it permanently, but for sake of quick action, we're going to use the stapler. The next component that we'll be using is the 1000 series of WireKnitZ, which is the 1/2 inch wide, also tubular, and this is what we're going to be making the little decorative pile of zhuzh that is going to go on top of our fascinator. The 1000 WireKnitZ only comes in a 1 meter length, which is about 40 inches. So what I've done is I've cut it in half. I have about 20 inches here, and I'm going to use this to make petals. So I start at one end and just give it a little bit of a twist, and then using my thumb as a spacer, I go and give it the next twist, and so on until I get down to the end of my WireKnitZ. And once I've gotten the whole piece done, I'm going to go back and just fluff it out a little bit to give it that petaled effect. And I have about 6 pieces of 1000 WireKnitZ, and I'm going to do all 6 of them off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how to finish this piece up. And now here are my 6 components of the 1000 WireKnitZ. As I said, I was trying to use fall colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces and we're going to fold them into thirds. Like so, and then with our head pin, I'm going to, oops, let me set that down for a minute. The head pin, I'm going to take the first spacer and thread it onto the head pin, put it up the back side of the piece that I have done so far, and then I'm going to take the WireKnitZ little tri component and just thread it on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this tri-component with all 6 pieces and layer them on, and then we'll come back and show you how to finish it. Okay, so what I've done is I've folded all of those 20-inch petaled pieces of 1000 wire knits into thirds, and then I've layered them by stacking them on the head pin. So now we're going to take our other little spacer, slide it down on the head pin, and with a round nose plier I'm going to roll this wire down and make it into a coil that is going to hold everything together. So can you see what I'm doing there? Okay. So, and now this tightens everything up, holds it together, and we've got our layers of the 1000 wire knits in petal form, and they're a little bit offset so that you see all the colors. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to attach a hair clip to the back of this, and the way that we do this is we take a little bit of wire. I'm using maybe 24 inches, and I'm going to start by weaving the wire into the back of the wire knits. And this is very coarse and very open, so it's not hard to do. And then I'm going to take the clip and just use the wire to attach at one tooth of the clip, and then, like sewing a button, then I'm going to go ahead and weave underneath. So we're going to do this all the way down to the end of the clip, and I won't demonstrate this, but I think that you can see where I'm going here. There's the teeth, there's the wire, and it's going to keep going around and around, attaching at each juncture so you've got a nice solid connection. So that's basically how we make the fascinator. We'll show it to you again from the front, and then now I'm going to go ahead and put it on and show you what it looks like on. And now I'm ready to go to a royal wedding. Well, maybe not a royal wedding, but maybe a royal bowling party.